Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwadash. I would like to give double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that's what teaching this truth. And much peace, love, and salutation to the elect, beginning with 144,000 all the way down to the large multitude that believes, and who the Lord will deliver in these last days. To you all I say Shalom. I'm the brother Tazamah from the Great Millstone Dallas camp, coming back today with another lesson. And Lord willing, today this lesson will be edifying and to the point. And what you see here on the screen, this is going to lead, eventually, this is going to lead to the Motb. All right, and if you don't know what the Motb is after this time, then I don't know if you've been living underneath the rock. Okay, especially if you're a Hebrew Israelite. All right, but the Motb is an acronym that's for the mark of the beast, written about in Revelation, the 13th chapter. In the 16th verse, as it is written, he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark or a charagma. That's how you pronounce it in the Greek. Charagma. Right, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, that no man may buy or sell, save he that has the mark. They may arcade. All right, and you have other Israelite camps that are telling you that the Motb is sin in all its forms. The IUIC says that it's political sin, and what the hell is a political sin? I don't even know what a political sin even is, you know? Or the Motb is sleeping with white women, you know? The Motb, what is another one that they say? The Motb is an embargo. That's what the IUIC said at one time too, you know? But the Motb truly is the micro C-hip, the RFID micro C-hip that's going to be implanted in your right head, or in your right hand, or in your forehead, or in your left hand, or if you're in your leg. Okay, now, and it's a lot bigger than just you getting the Motb underneath your skin, causing you not to, buy and sell. It's a lot bigger than that. Okay, it's gonna be a whole form of control. Whereas if you don't have this device, okay, you're not going to be able to operate in the society. You're not going to be able to drive your car. You're not going to be able to work. You're not going to be able to pay rent in an apartment or in a house. You're not going to be able to access the internet. You're not going to be able to buy or sell. So if you don't have this, you're not going to be even able to function in society. That's why when you read in Revelation, the 13th chapter, it says that if any man did not worship the image of the beast, that he should be killed. And when you get that word killed in the Greek, the root word goes into being pretty much separated from society, okay, and being on the move and fleeing. Okay, that's why it's the hour of temptation. It's going to be a great testing on everybody's faith. Even our faith is going to be tested by way of this Motb. You see, but we through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and the faith that we have, understand and know that this has to happen, and we wholly rely upon Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for salvation. And that he's going to take care of us, as it is written. My servant shall eat, and my servant shall drink, and my servant shall rejoice. That's written. Okay? Now what you see here, it says EU's new VCard is step towards mandatory V's and restrictions on freedoms. Let's read that again. EU's new VCard, okay, is step towards mandatory V's and restrictions on freedoms. Now, when you had the whole Ragmaruffin that happened back in 2020, okay, that scared a lot of people. That scared a lot of people into that scared or forced, I'd rather say, a lot of people into submission. Whereas if you didn't get this V, you could lose your job. That was giving people stiflings, if I'm saying that correctly. Pretty much they were giving the people gifts. And the scripture says that a gift destroyeth the heart. It also says that the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the wicked seduceth him, for lack of better words. So they was offering $500, $250 here, a gift card to Burger King. You get if you get the V, you get a free burger and some fries. You can get a ticket. You can get some tickets to a basketball game or whatever the case may be. There was some jobs that was offering people money to get it. And you got to ask yourself, if they doing that, it's a deeper meaning behind it. They have a deeper agenda behind it. And we see straight through it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Shai. But this is going to lead, okay, to the Motb, because this is a nation that's a part of the beast system, the EU. The EU is the 10 horns. You see, the EU is the 10 horns, part of the 10 horns, you know. So let's read this. It says a pilot project for a new V passport is to be launched shortly in 5 European countries. It says it is being claimed that the European VCard aims to foster, quote unquote, foster informed decision making on V's and improve continuity of care across the EU. So what's going to come behind these V passports, these V cards? It's going to come with more and more restrictions. It's going to come with more restrictions, and it's going to come with more draconian measures. Okay? As the scripture says in Revelation, the 13th chapter, the 11th verse, that he has 2 horns like a lamb, but he spake as a dragon. Okay? And this is Esau, all right, speaking as a dragon. We're at the time right now where things are about to change dramatically in our lives. You see? We're not gonna have the same comforts that we once had 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And good riddance with this place, man. These things have to happen, and we should be excited when we see these things. When these things come upon the earth, let's get the scripture. I've been quoting scriptures, but let's actually grab the scripture. It says, when these things come upon the earth, for lack of better words, look up, for your salvation is nigh. This is Luke 21. And, right. I'm just going to jump straight to the point for the sake of time. Luke 21 and 28. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads. And lifting up your heads means not to have your head down in sorrow and pity. No, it says to lift up your heads in a stance of, in a sense of confidence. Let's actually just get lift up. Let's see what that word is in the Greek. It says to lift up. All right, that word lift up is epahiro. Epahiro. All right. It says then look up. Just bear with me. All right, look up. It says of the timid. You see, of the timid and sorrowful, recovering spirit. So our spirit should be recovered when we see these things come upon the planet Earth. Now we know that we're going to be, we in the belly of the beast, so we here. So our lives are going to change too. But the difference is that we're not going to be chastised with the world, as the world is being chastised by Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai, and as the scripture says that scourges are for amendment. You see, the Lord is going to take care of his elect, Lord willing me of that number. Okay, so it says of the timid and sorrowful, recovering spirit. That's why the scripture also says, raise up the weak, raise up the weak hands and strengthen the feeble knees, man. We need these things to come upon the earth. We need this to happen. Okay? And it's going to be uncomfortable, but hey, we're going to be all right, man. Okay? It says, but it is actually, I think it's meant to say a stepping stone, but it is actually a stepping stone for mandatory V's, and is also connected to large financial interests that have plans to limit personal and national sovereignty. Let's read that part again. But it is actually a stepping stone. You see, there's something called gradualism, where Esau will gradually put things out there and get the people prepped for something bigger that's coming down the pipe. Which we know the bigger thing that's coming down the pipe, what they want to do is mass micro-seep everybody, man. And a mass majority of these people, a lot of them are going to take it. Now you're going to have some that are going to rebel, but a lot of these people, when the squeeze comes, when your flesh is being pulled at, and you don't got access to the particular things that you once had access to, a lot of people's flesh is going to be pulling at them. You see, but this is what separates the elect from the world. Okay? It says, but it is actually a stepping stone for mandatory V's, and is also connected to large financial interests that no man may buy or sell, right? A large financial interests that have plans to limit personal and national sovereignty. You see, so your personal sovereignty, which your sovereignty is pretty much your like your rule in a sense. You know, how you govern yourself to a degree. That's what sovereignty is. So it says limit, when you limit personal and national sovereignty. When your personal sovereignty is limited, your rights, your quote unquote rights that you believe that you have are limited. You don't really have rights no more. Okay, it says expose news reports. It says the European VCard, the EVC, is a digital or printed card that aims to consolidate all V data for a person in one easily accessible location. It is a key tool introduced by the European Union's Uvabeco project. Okay, the EVC, will store a person's V history, whether you've been V'd up or not, and you're gonna have people that's gonna be getting fake V passports and V cards and things of that nature. But this is all gonna be connected to a digital database. So it says it will store a person's V history, right? And you see all these different pestilences and diseases that's coming down the pipe. You know, now you got them rolling out in Israel. Now you got them rolling out a polio jump shot. It's like polio, bro. Like polio for real. You got the M to the P to the O to the X. You got the Crown Royale still floating around. Now you got West Nile with the mosquitoes. Can't forget the fowls of the heaven sickness. If you catching my drift. So all these things is coming out, and you got and now they got all these different things for them. You know, juices for them. You see, and people, hey, I'm not even going to even speak too much on that because I don't want them to cut my video. But it says the EVC will store a person's V history, including dates, V types, and dosages. How many dosages you got? How many boosts did you get? Right? It will enable seamless transfer of V records across countries. You see, across countries within the European Union. So it's not as if you're gonna be able to. If you don't got this passport, you ain't gonna be able to move. You see, access to this country and access to that country is gonna be access denied. Just because you have it in one country within the European Union doesn't mean that, well, I'll go over here, I'll fly over here. Nope. Complete lockdown, right? Making it easier. It says it will enable seamless transfer of V records across countries, making it easier for people to travel and receive Vs while abroad. The card's QR code, and remember when the whole C Ragamuffin happened, you had the QR codes at the restaurants. Now all the menus became QR codes. This became a QR code. That became a QR code. Next, you gonna be the goddamn QR code here in a minute. Right? It says will be validated by healthcare professionals, ensuring the accuracy and authenticity of the V data. The EVC will leverage the Global Digital Health Certification Network. Okay, the Global Digital Health Certification Network, where everybody's health information and health data is on this global database. A global. That's the key word here, is global. A global database. It says a certification network managed by the WHO, right? It says to ensure the authenticity of digital V records. Okay? It says the network was developed during the C Ragamuffin, right? The C Ragamuffin uno nueve, right? The word there, the P word, for the EU digital Ragamuffin certificate, and has since been expanded to support other digital health certificates. So this is just a certificate for one of many certificates that you get. Funded by the European Commission's EU for Health program, the European V Beyond C, or that's what that stands for. Okay, I see now. That's what that stands for. Okay. The European Union's Commission's EU for Health program, or the European V Beyond C. You see Beyond C. So this was this whole global PDM that happened, but now they got something that's gonna be beyond this. You see? It says, or Uvebeco, project is expected to launch pilot projects on September 1st, 2024. That's in 2 days. Today is August 29th, 2024. The hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. This is happening in 2 days. And conclude on February 28, 2026. And mind you, they got plans to do big things within like 2025 if we still here, According to Riga Stratton's University Research Portal, last month, V Today, an online platform for discussion V's and V-ins in V nations, right, published an article about the EVC. Let me just kind of skim through this real quick with my eyes. Let's see. You see, for increased preparedness for future health threats. Future. And this is this is Micah, the 2nd chapter. They work evil upon their beds before the morning is light. They practice it because it's in the power of their hands to do it. They already have these things set up. Okay. Pilot projects. Let's see. One key tool of the UAV online, right? It says the EUVA BECO were introduced is the European VCard, the EVC, scheduled for launch in September 2024, next month, and we're 2 days away. The EVC will initially be piloted in 5 pilot countries: Latvia, Greece, Belgium, Germany, and Portugal. It says the card aims to empower individuals by consolidating all their V data. You see this, the Motb is going to have all of this. It's going to have all your health records, your banking information, your criminal records if you are a criminal, your background. It's going to have all that. You see? In one easily accessible location in this digital card. But why not make it easier and just actually place it within you so that you'll never lose it or it can never get hacked, right? It says it will be available in various formats, including printed cards, mailed copies, and digital versions for smartphones. And this is now why you have an Apple wallet or a Google wallet or a Samsung wallet. Now, whenever you pay for your groceries or get gas, whatever the case may be, you don't need to pull your card out. You don't got to pull your card out. All you got to do is just, if it's capable, if it's NFC capable, all you got to do is open up your wallet on your phone and tap your phone on the pad, and it pays for it. Hell, I do that. I do that all the time. I barely use my card. If I got to pay for somebody, use my phone. I just tap it, boom, and that's it. But now what's gonna be next is gonna be the tapping of your hand, or the scanning of your head, man. Okay. I'm just kind of looking through here, and that's mainly it. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to report on this. Hey, Elder Apostle Tahar, put the decree out, what I'm saying, do more videos on the Motb, because we at the time, this prophecy is knocking at the door. I mean, we've seen the infrastructure being set in place, but now it's to the point where, as the scripture says, that at the end it shall speak and not lie. It's actually speaking now. You see? So Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, a great millstone that taught us his truth and that's so teaching his truth. Much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Until next time, Lord willing, I say shalom.